It's safe to say I know a thing or two about guilt. But there are evil bastards in this world who seem to feel no fear at all. In business and politics, these sons of bitches abound. Ambition with legs wrapped in fake smiles. People who apparently strangled their sense of consequence in the womb. Monsters who don't hesitate to do the unthinkable. Let's start with Aisha, who had just gotten home. She's surprised to see Billy, the possessed child, there with her kids. The worst part? One of her little ones starts feeling off. He's bleeding. His clothes feel wet. His father can't understand how any of this happened. It must have been just a shallow scratch. He'll be fine. Still doesn't get how it happened or how no one noticed. Billy tells the mother he doesn't like the bleeding. Can he leave? His father figures she must have had a rough day, so he offers to take the kid home. But Aisha says no. She'll take him herself. Later, in a car, she asks Billy what's going on. Is he trying to trade souls or something? Billy says no. Souls aren't worth a damn. He can get one for way less, especially these days. Nowadays, people are desperate enough to trade a dose for their soul, starving enough to give up everything for a bit of food, and lonely enough to rub their soul in someone's face for a scrap of affection. He really couldn't care less about souls. What he wants are empires, governments, corporations, empires. He makes them his and then tears them apart. Once a bad company starts bleeding behind people's backs, it breeds misery. Unemployment, evictions, disappearances, government bailouts sucking more money from the people, crime, violence, suffering. All that crap is enough for him. This country is falling apart, and he's stabbing at the open wound, feasting on desperation. Aisha asks, so what empire are you talking about? Billy's selling salvation. No one in power has clean hands. She has to believe him. No one. Does she think the Pope didn't poison some communal wines to get to the top? Those people can't reach the kingdom above with all the baggage they carry. But they can if they've got transportation. That transportation is wings. The wings of an angel. They can't walk through heaven's gates, but they can fly over them. They just have to give up their empires. They're businessmen. They know a good investment when they see one. Aisha tells him this isn't it. They can't reach that place. They're sent back to Earth. That's why they've been falling. Billy supplies the wings in exchange for everything they own. What happens after that? He couldn't care less. That's why, back in the first chapter, we saw a millionaire fall with wings. Aisha doesn't know why he's telling her all this. Billy says he's telling her because she won't stop him anyway. She's a mother. He loves mothers. They're so easy to manipulate. She'll do whatever he says, or he'll kill her family. In a horrible, disgusting way. He'll torture them, gut them, whatever. It doesn't matter. He'll do it. Gary died quickly, but her kids and husband won't. They'll go slowly. He'll paralyze them for life. Put creatures inside them and send her photos of them being devoured from the inside. Aisha asks, what happens if I shoot you in the head? Billy will be fine. He has a backup soul, but the child will die. After all, he's still alive. To prove it's true, he'll let little Billy come back for a few seconds. What just happened was fun. Now he wants to see his dad. They have to go see him now. Meanwhile, in prison, John Constantine is with Billy's father. He knew he'd come back for him. All he asks of John Constantine is to protect him. John isn't sure he can do that. What's more, he tells Mr. James not to bother trying to earn his trust. How many rich bastards has heaven dropped between him and that demon? James says they've killed 23 billionaires and 17 millionaires in the last 10 years, all over the world. As for their money, it's been scattered across islands and offshore tax havens. He can access all of it. Just give him a few minutes in an office. He can give John whatever he wants. 50 billion in any account by tonight. More if John wants. John can't think of anything worse than having that kind of money. Mr. James made a deal with the demon. He worked with him to hurt people. Plus, he hit John with a chair. He's not John's responsibility anymore. James says this isn't about either of them. It's about Billy. To which Constantine asks, what are you willing to do for your son? James says he'll do anything. Well then, it's time to move. The truth is, John's going to help. Because Billy is his responsibility. Almost 30 years with a demon inside him. Because John wanted to show off. Definitely his fault. A little later, John asks Gary to bring Chaz's taxi. Meanwhile, he's going to start a plan. Well, half a plan. But to finish it, he needs to come up with the other half. Alright, looks like he won't have time to plan. He'll have to improvise. Because Billy has arrived. To get things started, he hands Mr. James a gun. All he has to do is try to scare him, and John will handle the rest. Once Billy shows up, his father tells him he shouldn't be there. Billy knows he absolutely should. He will kill those people and fly out of this place. Mr. James pulls out a gun. He's had enough. The demon lets Billy resurface. But his father knows that thing isn't Billy. His son isn't in there. Billy turns to look at John Constantine, but there's nothing John can do. He already told him the truth, that his son drowned 30 years ago, and he's just been manipulating his corpse ever since. So he should fear Mr. James, because James is going to kill him and go back to being a rich man. Everything is still in his name. He'll have another son. He'll keep his power, and he'll forget all about little Billy. Before he can pull the trigger, the demon exits and possesses his new host, Mr. James. That was the first part of the plan. Now it's done, but they now have a monster on their hands. One that's capable of the unthinkable. It's time to move forward with the plan. Even though Mr. James is possessed, he's still holding the gun. John yells that he's going to shoot the child. Aisha gives the order to the officers. Suddenly, several cops arrive and open fire, taking down the man on the spot. Bullets won't kill a demon, but they can destroy the soul it's anchored to. Fortunately for John, Billy is back to himself. Unfortunately, now that Despondio has no host, he must leave the body. Once the body is torn in half, he's free. The demon is furious. John is a damn idiot. This is a major inconvenience. Now he's going to rip him into 1,000 pieces. But that won't happen. The owner of the wings has arrived. Lucifer asks Despondio if he's ready to face him, or if he plans to run away again. Despondio, for now, won't attack Lucifer. He's leaving the prison to go after every single person outside. He'll kill anyone in his path. Doesn't matter if he has to rip them apart or eat them. He'll wipe out everyone out there. Aisha turns to Constantine and asks, "What now?" The bastard says there's going to be a tantrum. They pissed him off. He's probably going to slaughter people indiscriminately. Lucifer agrees, unless they find a host. Before they go any further, Lucifer asks, "How did you summon him and bind him to the boy's body?" For John, that's bad news. They'll need the same summoning spell, and he knows where to find it. To get it, he'll have to go somewhere worse than hell. That place is his father's house. The reason he's there is because he's looking for a book. It has a pair of covers, filled with pages and words, just like what you see on TV. As he walks through, his father is face to face with Lucifer himself. If there weren't a demon out there killing left and right, he might actually enjoy the sight of his dad picking a fight with Satan. But today is not that day. John can't stand the fact that his father is talking to the devil, so he tells him to shut up. Suddenly, his father slaps him, then decides to walk away. Always nice to see his dad. Before leaving, Lucifer tells the old man that John disapproves of kidney snatching, so they're just going to talk. When John leaves and gets in Chaz's taxi, Lucifer joins him to stop him for a moment. While John was busy, the devil had a little chat with his dad. Lucifer tells him what the old man said. Well, turns out he was wrong. It wasn't John's fault. He didn't kill his mother. He's sorry. Sorry for making John believe he did. Sorry for letting him grow up with that weight. He was an asshole, and he regrets taking it out on him. Finally, his dad said, he's got something to do. But when he's done, maybe they can go grab a beer or catch a football match. To John, that sounds good. Sounds pretty good. John heads out to continue his plan. Unfortunately, Lucifer won't be going with him. The only way to defeat Despondio is through pure joy. And joy isn't exactly Lucifer's strong suit. He can't fight a demon that feeds on despair, on the guilt of a life lived. That's why he gave John what he needed. Besides, he relates to Constantine. After all, his own father also dumped a ton of crap on him. So now, off you go, John Constantine. Finish it, Tiger. Once they're in the taxi, Chaz asks John if he's really going to a match with his dad. John guesses so. After all, he'll be surrounded by 50,000 people. Better than being alone with the old man. And it's the only place he's ever been happy. John remembers. That's it. Happiness. Almost all his magic is sympathetic magic, using what already exists. John begins the spell. It's a summoning spell, and he's starting it right here, in the taxi. Chaz has no choice but to drive and start running. He doesn't understand why John had to summon him in this spot. John just tells him to take GW Lady Street. The problem is, things are getting worse. Luckily, while they're speeding down the road, they manage to dodge Despondio and crash him into a wall. But they can't get too confident. He's still coming. They need to turn into the park. Chaz says he can't. There are huge concrete bollards blocking the way, but as they move forward, even those don't stop him. John tells him to listen. He needs a favor. Chaz, desperate, can't understand how John dares to ask for a favor. He just wrecked his car while they were running from a demon. Because of him, he's still a massive asshole. John agrees. He's an idiot. He's sorry. Chaz is his best friend, and he needs his help. John got a little sentimental. All that talk was just enough to distract them, and Despondio arrives to smash the taxi. A lot of confusing stuff has happened today, and Despondio asks, "Why did you summon me?" John says he knew the demon would keep killing, and he had to stop him. Despondio's killed so many people he's lost count. And does John have any other reason for summoning him? Does he want Despondio to take his soul or something? Because that sounds almost altruistic. He assumes this is his new host. John, that's what he thinks. He just needs to give him a second. He always liked this park. All right, yes, this will do. He can enter. Despondio, without hesitation, takes possession of John Constantine's body. As he does, Chaz is already prepared to begin a spell. Despondio asks, "What was that?" Inside him, John says it was Chaz trying not to mess up some basic Latin. They're alone now, and Despondio must welcome him inside. He's trapped with John. Despondio asks, "What exactly am I supposed to be worried about?" He wasn't planning on going anywhere. Now John's soul is his toy. John tells him, "If you want a soul full of despair, here it is. Take it." This is the best kind of sympathetic magic. They're in Stanley Park. There's no place like it on Earth. A proper clash between Everton and Liverpool, halfway between Goodison and Anfield. Two football giants where thousands have screamed every week for over a century. Red and blue in ecstasy, shouting for Big Dunk, Sulla, and Cahill. Stevie G against Munich, Gerrard versus Olympiacos. This place is magic. So bloody powerful that a father could forget he hates his son for 90 minutes. They're in the very center of euphoria. This is the nexus. And Constantine tapped into it. He filled his soul with the joy of those moments. John asks, "You want to join with my soul?" Then here it is. Looks like everything worked out for John Constantine. He's free again. And even the demon's wings are beginning to turn into those of an angel. John has to go, but not before asking Chaz to call Aisha. He has to tell her he'll see her at the bank. "I'm not usually this altruistic," he says, "but I'm also not usually driven by pure ecstasy." With a demon inside him, he's dying to punish someone. Constantine is torturing him from within. This is the heat of absolute joy. Now, every single password, offshore account, and untraceable fortune belongs entirely to John. About 25% of the British Isles live in poverty. When the sun rises, Despondio will be completely dry. 14 million people will have £30,000 added to their accounts. It's done. They just did the right thing. Like a Robin Hood who tortures demons. Aisha tells him to imagine having the power to do that, and simply choosing not to. John says billionaires are the filth of the earth. It was about time someone said a few things right. Back at the park, Constantine tells the devil everything that happened. He took over. A mix of joy and revenge. But all that happiness is starting to fade, and his cynicism is returning. Before moving on, he asks Lucifer to kindly remove him from inside. The devil agrees. He grabs a drained little Despondio and devours him. John asks if he's supposed to be upset about his little act of charity. Lucifer says, "Millions of people who had nothing just got a pile of spare money. A lot of sins will be committed tonight. I should go back down below. But screw it. I'm the devil. I can be a little naughty. We should go have a drink. Have a bit of fun." John agrees. But before that, they need to make one stop. The next day, Gary gets a mission. There's Jenny. He has to tell her he's taking her home, that her parents are waiting for her. It's time for Gary to go. "Everything will be okay," John promises. "I can't promise anything. I don't know what will happen when you go. But I know what I see. A girl trapped on Earth because of violence. And a man stuck here because of guilt. Saying the things that need to be heard. While they escape together. As for the rest of us, we escaped to the pub. Everyone had seen the money in their accounts. And a wild party broke loose. Somehow, the media found out they were involved. So an endless stream of people showed up to thank them, leaving them absolutely plastered. And as far as the devil is concerned, at least tonight, he won't be ripping out any kidneys." Chaz tells him, "For the Prince of Darkness, you're not a bad guy." Suddenly, Chaz collapses. That's bad for John Constantine. He was the designated driver. Plus, he really needs to pee. In the bathroom. The devil says that was fun. Either way, John hopes he never sees him again. The devil knows that, in the end, he will. Constantine. Today, he did a great deed. He's hoping to get canonized. The devil takes his leave. He'll see him at the end. I suppose this is where you say, go to hell. But truth is, he's not going yet. He's obscenely drunk. And Despondio is giving him ideas. He'll sell fake salvation to every rich prick he sees on the way home. He's going to enjoy watching them fall from the heavens. Before leaving, John asks him if he really doesn't meet his standards. Well, Lucifer says, you can find out for yourself. I'm kissing Satan in the bathroom of a pub. I'm a bloody classy man. They take a long walk to Chaz's house, but the distance feels shorter when you're drunk and happy. As we saw earlier, Chaz was left pretty drunk, so John and his friends decided to leave him at his doorstep. When they ring the bell, Renee comes out to scold them. They left her husband drunk, and without a taxi, John tells her not to worry. All she has to do is check her bank account. Then, it's just the three of them, staggering home, drinking from a bottle they don't remember buying, but tastes like fire and Christmas. When they get to Aisha's place, they offer John the couch for the night. He doesn't want to. He thinks he's caused enough trouble already. Well, if you change your mind, you know the sofa's available. John gets ready to leave, not without telling Aisha that she's got a good man by her side. She knows, and she tells him, no, I'm not letting you borrow him. John and Aisha have a brief talk. It's strange, but Billy's family agreed to take him back. They were confused, because he's still the same after 30 years. But he's still rich, so they got over it pretty quickly. John's glad to hear it, but he has to go. There are still plenty of problems he needs to deal with. It's time to go home. Although, now that he remembers, he doesn't have a home. The devil burned it down. He doesn't know what makes him prouder, knowing that tomorrow, the British Isles will wake up with a hangover because of him, or knowing this time in the class war, the upper class didn't win. Either way, it's bloody magical. Thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe for more content like this. I'm TJ Prime, and see you in the next video.